booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.
Hey, there we go. Welcome to Black Girl Nerds Podcast Live. Yeah, Black Girl Nerds Podcast Live, the remix.
Yep.
My name is Jamie, and we have...
I'm Ryan. How you guys doing? Friday Junior, how you guys doing? It's always exciting. We're live every Thursday, so I like it.
We're live every Thursday, and thank you guys for joining us live. As you know, you can actually engage with us on these live streams here on the BGN podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, hit your notification bell on YouTube if you're actually live streaming via YouTube. Also you can live stream via Facebook. I don't think Twitter gives you the option to live stream, but you can also watch this on Twitter as well. So you have multiple ways of watching us, but you can only chat with us back and forth via both Facebook and YouTube, just FYI. So thanks for joining us here on BGN Podcast Live. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, and we got a guest tonight, so yay, we're excited.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be cool, yeah. I like it. Anybody that wants to join with us and vent, I'm here for it.
Yes, yeah. But it won't be like a negative vent. It's going to be...
Oh, yeah. It's going to be positive. Yeah.
And it's going to be informative, and if you're a film geek, if you're a cinephile, then you're really going to enjoy.
Yeah, give us some questions, too. All you film geeks out there.
Yes, good point, Ryan. Yeah, if you guys have questions for our guest, then definitely let us know in the comments, and we'll show your comments on the screen. I don't know why I can't talk tonight, but you know what? We're gonna get through this.
Hey, we're gonna get through it. Listen, you guys know how we roll. We just gonna bring you. We're gonna be real, and we live. So it is what it is.
We live. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna take a swig of this because I'm struggling.
Oh yeah. Oh, get the swig. Get the swig. Here you go. Let me.
It is water. It is not. It's not anything else but H2O. Trust me on that. All right, so yesterday was a great day because there was a trailer that was dropped that just snatched my edges.
Oh, so good. Look at this thing. I'm so excited. And I feel like I have way too long to wait. This looks so good.
Way too long, right? Oh my God. People were like when I posted the first look images on our Instagram, people were asking me, when is the trailer coming out? Are y'all going to be dropping the trailer? I was like, we get the trailer when the studios send them to us. So.
Right. Seriously. Yeah. This was dope. Yeah.
Yeah. So that trailer dropped, and I put that out as soon as we got it. And I think I watched that trailer, I am not lying to you, at least 15 times yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I ain't make it to the 15, but it was definitely on repeat. I ain't make it to 15, but it was definitely on repeat. And will somebody just please tell me how Viola Davis' workout routine? Like, I just want to know so I can get myself together. Like, just somebody let me know if they got any details. Also, if you follow her on IG, she has a dope, like, her IG to me, I feel is unmatched. So she's always posting, like, different comments and stuff like that. Like, she posted way before people knew about The Woman King. So, yeah, definitely check that out. It's a good time.
I feel like that's the first time we've mentioned the name of the movie. Yeah, The Woman King. The Woman King trailer dropped yesterday. Yeah, and then Viola Davis has a book out, too. So you should check out the book. We recommended it on our summer reads list on blackgirlnerds.com. So, quick
I need to pick up a book. I need to do a little better. So, yeah, I'm going to check that out, because I love me some Viola Davis.
I cannot wait to see it. It's, based on true events. These female warriors that are like, you know what, y'all ain't coming for us. We here. We are ready to fight. So I've seen some interesting comments. Have you seen any kind of controversial comments around the movie so far?
I haven't. I guess I just try to ignore it because I was just so into it. By the way, I love when they play that My Power song that was on Beyonce's. That it's probably like a remix now, but it was The Lion King, The Gift. If you guys listen to that, I think that is it was so cool on them to pull that. I think that's such an anthem. That was kind of like, on her album that maybe people didn't pay attention.
I didn't know it was.
And it's like a whole, but it's like 5 or 6. Like, you can't even list. Like, of course, Beyonce's on it, but it's like 5 or 6 like dope women on there that she had do the song. But I just think I just love that beat behind them. Like I think it just added like topped off everything. It was so cool. But I guess I just tried to show her love, so I haven't seen all the negativity, but I know it was coming. And just for me personally, I just want to throw out there, I feel like I want to see this fight. Like I'm tired, like, of course you got the 12 years a slave and things like that. We're talking about like European, trying to conquer in Africa and stuff like that. Right, colonialism. But I want to see the other side. Like I'm here for this. Like I'm tired of going to the movie there. I don't want to see that anymore. Like I want to see something else that's uplifting. Like we got a lot going on in the world, so I don't want to see like the same old. So I'm here for it. But let us know, Jamie, what's everybody saying in the comments?
No, I mean, like, first of all, someone was saying that it was a knockoff of the Dora Milaje, and I was like, it's based on true events. So obviously you guys haven't done your due diligence in knowing the story of the Woman King, number one. Right. And then someone left a comment saying that this is showing the depiction of dark-skinned women is further showing them the masculinization. I don't even know if that's a word, of dark-skinned women. Right. It was some stupid, off the wall commentary.
I mean, they're warrior fighters, so they're gonna look, a certain way. They can't just be out there like,
they're indigenous to this nation where they're probably predominantly dark-skinned in this region. So seriously, I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like what?
Pretty much,
What can you do? That was what I saw, but I just know it's going to be fire. Gina Prince is the director behind it.
Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, that's going to be fire. Yeah, I did not know that. She
directed The Old Guard, which I mean, The Old Guard was amazing.
Yes, I'm still waiting for part 2. Like I know she got things to do, but I'm waiting for part 2.
I know. I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. I think it's going to be fire. John Boyega is in this. John Boyega came back to Twitter. He came back to Twitter to even talk about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. He tweeted that he's like, I got 3 projects, and basically I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, y'all not ready. And he's right.
If this is the start, we're not ready. If this is the start, we're not ready for it. Yeah, I'm so excited. Like that trailer, like if you have like a bad day, just need like a little kick for that, you need to check the trailer out. Like I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, because I can't wait to see. I've already seen 892. 892 is lit that he's in, and they cloned Tyrone as his other project, which I have not seen yet, but I know that's going to be lit. So I mean, anything with John Boyega is in it.
It's gonna be great. I love it, and I love that he's like, listen, I'm not shy about this. I'm about to set this out right now. Listen, y'all need to know my project's coming out. Get ready, because sometimes I feel like a lot of like the the artists of color or whatever, the actors or whatever, don't get all the shine. Maybe publicity is a little different somewhere if you're not at the helm of the film. Like I know the Woman King is gonna have some amazing cool stuff because you got Viola Davis. Gina Prince, Blythewood. It's gonna be cool. I know they're gonna go all out for that, like the premieres and everything. But sometimes you don't get that shine. So I like when the actors are like, "Yo, look, I got these 3 projects. You to watch out for this." Doing their own publicity.
Yep. You said Gina.
Did I say? Oh my gosh, let me get it right, Gina. I'm over here trying to change her name and everything. Lord have mercy. Jennifer.
Gina Prince Bythewood, who we love. Love and Basketball as well, and Beyond the Lights.
Classic.
She's legendary.
Oh yeah, legendary. Yeah, I love everything. Like I have not seen a film yet where I was like, felt like I wasted my money, didn't like it. So yeah, she has got the magic.
She's got the magic touch. So, in other film news, this happened earlier. I want to say earlier last week, maybe. But either way, this was tweeted out from an account, a fan account, and apparently this is actually legitimate. But these are images from Wakanda Forever. I guess it's from their art department team, and this is Letitia Wright as Shuri, and the word on the street is this is legit. So this is what her costume is going to look like. It looks like it's kind of like a jumpsuit. Like
looks very, very functional. Like she's gonna meet some people up. So I like it. I've said for a long time, I'm here for this. I think this is the best. If she steps into that mantle somehow, or they somehow work her up to that, maybe not right away, but I think this is the best course of action for them. Like I really don't see, like I'm trying to think of actors I can name, like somebody I can think of my head that can just come in and step in, be like, since they're Marvel in the multiverse now, they can do variants if they wanted to, but just somebody that can step in. And I just think this is where they need to stay, because I just feel like that's the statement for Black Panther. So I feel like that's where they need to stay at.
I get the sense too, looking at this wardrobe, that this is like attire that she's in training for.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a training outfit.
Yeah, she's ready to train for battle, which tells me, is she training to be a warrior queen? Is she training to get on the throne? But what are we saying here with this getup? I need to know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I love it. I love the pose, everything. Like, so yeah, I can't wait. Like, I'm so curious to know what they like, because Marvel, only they know. They got the secret contract, so we'll find out eventually, I guess.
Yeah. So let us know, what are your thoughts about Letitia Wright's costume in Wakanda Forever? I don't know. I think she's set up for some training. Look, based on that outfit, it's very functional. It looks like something she would be working out in. She's going for some training. So
she ain't sitting down chilling on the porch in that outfit. So something going down. I can't wait.
She is not chilling on the porch with that outfit.
Yeah, something's going down.
Something is going down. So yeah, we can't wait for that. So in TV news, this is on a sad note. We're really disappointed with what happened with a recent cancellation of a show. And this is near and dear to us, Tom Swift, because I'm sure you guys have seen pictures on our Instagram. I recently had the opportunity to moderate a panel for Tom Swift at Austin TV Festival. And I mean, it came as a shock when I saw the news, because the show is still on the air.
Yeah, right. Which that really shocked me. Like, I know we know CW, because you, like, I know you'll probably go into, Jamie, like a little bit of their, the details about the buyouts and different companies and stuff. So we know what they're on the route for. So we've seen the list, but I was like, can they at least just finish the season? Like, just finish finish everything, because all the other ones they've gotten rid of, they at least fit, like, let us know what the ending is first. Like, you can't just go ahead and be like, oh, and it's done. We're done. We're out.
Yeah,
look at all the swagger. I'm just saying.
For those of you that are not familiar with Tom Swift, it's based off of the series, the Nancy Drew books of the same name, Tom Swift. Completely different spin. If you read the Tom Swift books, it's nothing like the books. But the show in and of itself is about a Black gay billionaire. He, is dealing with his father, who recently got into an accident, and he's trying to track him down. He thought that his father was dead, and turns out his father is missing. So he's trying to find him. And Tom is this very intelligent entrepreneur that has this ability to, build things and create things. So he's got a scientific mind. And he also has a lot of swagger. He's very cool.
Definitely. Yeah.
And then he's got a team of folks around him. So there's Zenzi, played by Ashley Murray.
Love her.
And then to the left there in that photograph is Isaac, played by Marquise Vilson. I hope I said his last name right.
Hey, you said it. I was convinced. So I was convinced. When you said it, I was convinced.
During the panel, he was like, it's pronounced this way. But yeah, and like the diversity and the intersectionality on the show was so unique. And it was needed. And the fact that we're not having that anymore, it's just like yet another Black show. Like Batwoman, gone. Naomi, gone.
And they like still, and I'm just wondering, like, if all the campaigns, like, I don't know. I'm always so curious about how this works, because there's so many different streaming services and people that can jump on these opportunities, because I feel like they're just getting rid of money, like, left and right, personally. Like, I feel like there's ways to build on this stuff, and they're just like, okay, we're going to keep these core, because we know they're going to have, like, I know for sure, Superman and Lois, The Flash, Riverdale. Even if they come back for, like, and they're in, they at least have another full season to go ahead and finish and get everything out. You know, and like a lot of these shows, they kind of had to, like Batwoman's ending is designed because they didn't know, like there's, you know, they were still up in the air when it happened. So it's like a lot of these shows had to find a way to like wrap up things. And, you know, they got Tom Swift mid-season. So you're like, oh my gosh, you're like, you could at least let him wait till like the season finale and then like killed it or whatever. Cause we're like, well, are we going to get all the answers? You know, is he getting all the stuff from his dad, you know, by the time we get to the end? So yeah, that's a lot. But I do want to say, because you touched a little bit on Tom and Zenzi. I feel like they could do their own spinoff, like super spy show, like the way they're going around all these different places. Because I forgot like the name of the episode, but he was doing something with the rivalry to their family or whatever. It's another big family, another black family. It's kind of like their rivalry, and they went to their mines to find another piece of the ship. And they had these like dope like spy outfits and stuff on. You know, Ashley Murray had her little number, or Zenzi had her little number. Tom had his little, because you know he designs all this stuff to make it very, you know, because they didn't want to get any like acid or stuff like that on him. And the way he just designs and thinks about these details, they like that one episode could have been like its own little mini like spy episode. And like you guys know, I love some action, so yeah, I'm sad to see this one go.
Hey Janice, welcome back. Up, Janice? Yeah, I'm sad to see this one go too. And Janice, you can let us know since you're here. Did you guys hear about Tom Swift? Was it on your radar? Because a lot of the comments that and the feedback that I got was I didn't know about, like, I'm speaking from audience perspective.
Right, yeah.
People are saying, I didn't know about Tom Swift. I didn't hear about Tom Swift. If I knew about the show, I would have watched.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Consensus that I got from audience members. And it's interesting, too, because, you know, like on Rotten Tomatoes, have no idea who that is, LOL. See, they
don't know. Like, it's so cool, consensus.
And like on Rotten Tomatoes, there's currently like 4 reviewers, including myself, who reviewed the show, which tells me that I don't think that the network screened it for the press. Because usually a network will give us advanced screeners for us to watch the show, so that way we can write a review, generate buzz for people to know about the show before it comes out. I don't think they screened it for press because there's like no reviewers. And I certainly didn't get a screener before the show aired. So it's just, I don't know why this show was not marketed. And, you know, looking at some of the editorials about the cancellation, Nexstar Media Group is apparently acquiring control of CW. And there's been speculation about a more wholesome, I'm reading the Deadline editorial on cancellation, that they want to create a more wholesome lineup of programs, and that may have somehow contributed to it. But they did say that the reason for the cancellation was due to low ratings.
I mean, people don't know. Like, I mean, that's a reality. Like, it's a sad reality that you face. Like, these actors trying to put in the work. And you don't have like, you know, and sometimes there's not enough staying time for like an all black cast, you know, black crew in the background doing their thing. You know, it's not enough staying time for them to like, so they can really get in the groove. And so you can see, you know, like Janice is saying, everybody's like, oh, I have no idea. And I'm like, these actors are phenomenal. You know, there's so many different layers, so many different shows they could spin off of in this show. I feel, you know, if another network was to pick them up or if they wanted to come back or something like that. But yeah, it's just sad. Like I told Jamie, my heart was already broken, so I think this one hit me like a little bit less. It's just going like,
especially getting a chance to meet and hang out with that cast.
Right. I mean,
Tian is amazing. Tian Richards, who is the titular character on that show, he is such a sweet individual, and I know that obviously he's going to be able to land in an amazing role, and this will not be the last that we'll hear of him. But it's still. Like it was such a great show. Like it's just it was a breath of fresh air, and just for it to not get a chance when there's so many other mediocre shows. There's so many mediocre shows on network TV, and this was actually a good one.
You know? It definitely was good. So I'm hoping hopefully somebody will pick it up or something. I don't know. Like they got too many of these shows. I don't know. I mean, me personally, if I was a network looking to get some stuff started, looking to pick up some things, I would just be waiting there. I'm like, okay, so they got rid of this, they get rid of this. Like, what does the contract look like? How can I get the license? Because I personally think they're just giving away just I think they're giving away opportunities like could fall into something else because if the ratings aren't hitting like right off the top. So, and I think that's going to be an issue, like when they come back and look at their lineup, and you just have the same old shows, and those shows are going to end eventually. Like, Flashman's was like one of the Arrowverse, as they call it, to besides like Arrow to start off that kind of flow, and so they're not going to be on forever. Like those actors want to do they want to do other things, so I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Janice, we're talking about Tom Swift.
Yeah, yep.
So
check it out. I honestly think to watch it.
I honestly think that what sealed this show's fate was lack of marketing, because again, that general consensus was a lot of people did not hear about this show. They didn't know about the show. They wasn't aware of Tom Swift. They didn't know what network it was on. So yeah, of course it's going to have low ratings. If nobody knows about the show, they're not going to tune in.
And it's not like they can't, like this, like, like Jamie's saying, like they have so many different personalities on this show. So it would be hard to, sit about other places, sit about to other events. So I don't know. I don't know about this one, but I'm telling you, CW, I think is throwing some breadcrumbs to some other networks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, that might be easier said than done. I mean, I
don't know what the licensing and contracts are. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I think whatever they decide to, as far as the piloting and that process goes, when it comes to greenlighting shows, they really need to work on the marketing part of it.
Yeah.
Put it out in front of people. Okay, we got a new show. How are we going to put this in front of the right groups of people? Target market segmentation. Whether it's live tweeting, whether it's influencer, reach out to the TikTok community, reach out to.
I guarantee some of them would get some TikToks with a live tweet it. So you got to just look for the opportunities. Yeah,
you got to get out there and put it in front of people that can bring it to an audience. Because if you just throw it on TV and expect people to watch it, that's not. It's not enough.
Yeah, it don't work like that because everybody's streaming so much. Like some people are always asking me, like before when we were doing some of the recaps, like how you watching some of the CW shows. Like nobody's, because nobody's going to the channel anymore. They just go and binge it, on the CW app or something. So you gotta let people know what's going on out there because they're not just flipping through, the TV channels anymore.
Exactly. So I want to talk about an event that we are going to be attending in a couple of weeks that I'm really, really excited to go to again. And that's Comic-Con San Diego. Yeah. Y'all coming? Oh,
I know some of y'all coming. Put it in the chat. I know some of y'all coming.
Put it in the chat. Yep. So some of the announcements have been made as far as panels go. It was just announced that Black Adam is going to be having a panel at
the
Comic-Con. So that'll be pretty big. So Warner Brothers obviously will have their presentation, obviously in Hall H. It has yet to be announced if any other of their films. I'm guessing like maybe Shazam 2 will be there.
Yeah, I would. That's a good guess. Yeah, I feel like that's a good guess. Yeah,
The Flash. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Ryan, what do you quiet?
Yeah, I mean, I think they have. If they want to get something, if they want to get the bang for the buck, they have to, because this is the ultimate nerd event that you got to put it out there. You know what I mean? But I just think they need to keep.
But at the same time, it's that is so scary. It's like,
well, that's why I said don't let them say anything. I'm dead serious. You need to have the rest of the cast on the panel. Going around doing a little just don't say anything, sir.
Right.
I think the pronoun is Day. Let me make sure I get it right. But yeah.
Let Kiersey do all the talking, and then just have Ezra in the back, just not saying.
Yeah. Let Kelsey do it or somebody, because Ezra just sit in the corner, nodding, just smile and wave or something. Smile and wave.
She said, "I can't afford it. The Rock gonna be there." Hell yeah, he gonna be there. He did star in the movie. I love his fine.
He will be
there at Hall H at the presentation. Yes. Comic-Con brings out a lot of celebrities. So I'll just say, as of right now, as far as panels go, the Hall H panels is obviously the big shows. So Black Adam, House of the Dragon, which is the new HBO Game of Thrones. The Sandman, That's another big show. Lord of the Rings, they will be there. Marvel Studios will be there.
Kevin, they're bringing the tickets back to this one. They're bringing back the sales.
Kevin Feige mentioned that during the Thor press conference. So it hasn't been announced specifically what films will be there, but I mean, come on. Wakanda Forever comes out in September, so or November, excuse me. So Wakanda Forever has to be there.
Come on now. It's gotta be.
Yeah, gotta be there. And then Apple TV will be making their debut there.
Nice.
Apple TV Plus. Yeah. So, you know, the streaming shows are, you know, that's the way of the world now.
And making some noise. I like it.
Making some noise. And then The Walking Dead, they're making their final appearance.
Oh, all the fans. I know all the fans are probably losing it. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a sad one.
Yeah. I haven't watched The Walking Dead in quite.
I haven't either. I don't play with the Walking Dead fans. Like, I need to get myself together before I start talking to them, because they go hard, and I haven't seen like any of it. But I know this like final final, you know, their final appearance, their final season. They better bring it, because these fans go hard for these characters.
They sure do. Janice says I might have to stalk Comic-Con a little bit. Yeah, you can stalk us. Stalk our socials, because we'll be you know, giving you guys all a bunch of content straight from the convention center. So tune in for that. So yeah, I'm excited. And then also there's going to be smaller panels too. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur will be there.
That's going to be cute.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. So hopefully like Lawrence Fishburne will be there too, which will be cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
And then Proud and Prouder, they'll be there.
I heard that. Okay.
Yep. So nice. There's gonna be a number of folks that will be coming out for that. I left Walking Dead and Glenn and Abe were killed. That was I think that was when I left Walking Dead, when they got rid of Glenn. That's when I was just like, I can't deal with this show anymore.
I've had enough.
I had enough. And I read the comics for a little bit, and even when he got killed in the comics, it gutted me. I had like a visceral reaction to it, you know, because it looked brutal in the comics. Did you ever read the comics, Ryan?
I didn't. That's what I have not. I've not done any, like, I feel ashamed because I know, like, don't come after me. I just haven't had time. I'll do it eventually. But yeah, I haven't done any kind of Walking Dead stuff. So yeah, I want to get into it.
I mean, you know, he dies in the comics the way he dies on the show, and it's a very brutal depiction of his death. So it was.
Yeah, they got some. I heard they got some pretty brutal scenes in Walking Dead when it comes to some of these characters.
Yep. So yeah, Comic-Con is from July the 20th through the 24th. That's a Wednesday through a Sunday. So yeah, definitely tune in to Black Girl Nerds on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and you'll see all of our content there. Janice says, is Daryl still alive? Yeah, I think so. I think he's like the only one still on the show.
all the originals are out. He's like, I'm hanging tough, y'all. They can't get me yet.
He's still collecting them checks.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. Hey, you gotta collect them checks. So yeah, you know, keep it going, Daryl. You gotta hang on.
You know, you gotta hang on. So yeah. All right. Well, cool. So yeah, and he's the fan favorite. He's always been the fan favorite. Honestly, I think
that's why he's probably hanging on then. You guys,
I think if they got rid of him, they would have pretty much, like, a lot of people would have left the show. Truth be told,
yeah,
I think so. So, well, cool. We've got our guest here, so we are going to go ahead and introduce our guest. For those of you that are tuning in, I'm going to do a quick intro and then bring her into the feed. So let me make sure I say her name right, because I slaughter people's names all the time. Faridah Gbadamosi, and feel free to correct me if I messed up your name, is a pop culture obsessed lover of film and working towards making the space more inclusive. And in particular, her interests are in changing the space of tastemakers, rethinking the models for curation and exhibition. She has worked in a variety of roles at different film festivals and other film organizations, including California Film Institute, the Athena Film Festival. Oh, I've worked with them before. Tribeca, we've recently actually covered Tribeca Film Festival here on BGN. SIFF, and many more. In addition to her programming roles, she's also the director of distribution at Open Your Eyes and Think MF, the distribution wing of David Magdale and Associates, a consultant on different film projects, and a freelance culture critic. She recently was appointed the artistic director of Outfest and is very excited to shepherd the future of the organization as it centers its 40th year. Thanks so much for coming on to the show.
Hello. So you're kind of busy. That's what I'm hearing. You're kind of busy.
Just a little bit busy. Nice to meet you. Happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yes, and back in the day, years ago, Faridah used to work with BGN, like live tweeting, because we used to do live tweets a long time ago on the BGN platform. So I'm so glad to reconnect with you because you've moved up and you are doing big things, being an artistic director and things. So yeah, first of all, tell us, what does an artistic director do? Because you hear that term a lot, and sometimes it kind of means different things in different, worlds and industries. So what do you do exactly over at Outfest?
So my main profession is film programming. So that means that I help to choose the films that will be at each one of our organizations, kind of as like a curator. When you're artistic director, though, you're kind of in charge of all the programming the organization does. So that goes for, yes, choosing the films at the festival, but also our educational programs, our legacy preservation programs, essentially all of the many things that we do as an organization. I'm in charge of the artistic vision for. I'm making sure that we stay in line with our mission, and I help create new opportunities for the festival and for the organization as a whole.
Nice.
Awesome. And how long has Outfest been around? Because I have heard about the festival actually for quite some time, but how long has the festival been around?
This is actually our 40th year, which is very exciting. So it's been around for a while. I've been with the organization for a little over a year, but it's been really great to be part of an organization with so much history.
Yeah, because I remember when I used to run a film blog years ago, like in the early 2000s, and I remember hearing about Outfest back then. So, wow. I didn't know it was 40 years old, though.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's cool, yeah. So I'm curious, why like film festivals? Like what kind of got you into that realm? Like what kind of drew you in?
I mean, I really enjoyed being in a space in which I got to see the sort of stories I wasn't seeing in mainstream media. I love pop culture. I love seeing content, but like seeing things on television. I love engaging in all types of media, but film festivals really do allow for you to kind of see the stories that never really make it initially. There's so many films that I see that I love that never really make it to a place where other people can see them, or quite frankly, seeing international films and stories from different parts of the world that are not inherently stereotypical, or there's assumptions made about what will do well for the American public. So like, I guess my first interaction with film festivals was really just like, my very first film festival that I volunteered at because I was like in college and they were like, you want to see free movies? Volunteer. And then, it kind of just grew from there. Like, it just was this space in which I could actually talk about films, what film could be, and then see a lot of that possibility before I could see it on a television or see it make millions of dollars.
And I'm curious, like, what are some of the options that are given to the artists or to the filmmakers when they enter Outfest? Like, what are some? Because I'm always curious about the benefit. You always hear about diversity and opening up the festival. Like you said, there's that chance for, that you don't get picked up by a big network or something like that. They might not notice you.
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the different film festivals have different goals. One of the things is that you hope at a film festival is that a distributor will see your film and want to distribute your film. So it gives you the opportunity for the press to see your film, for distributors to see your film in terms of like that monetary need. The other thing is like we create networking opportunities. So we create opportunities for filmmakers to meet other filmmakers, but also meet other members of the industry, give them an opportunity to kind of talk about their next projects, their current projects, develop themselves professionally. And then of course, we also create an opportunity for filmmakers to really just connect with the community that actually wants to see their films. Because we are a queer organization. We are frequently when you see queer stories, you're seeing the same queer stories over and over again.
Yep.
One of the great things about having an organization like Outfest is you get to see a variety of stories, and to be honest, probably see yourself on screen, and that gets reflected back to the filmmaker who probably made the film to see themselves on screen. One of my favorite, I remember we had this one filmmaker whose film was at Sundance, and then was shown at a queer film festival, and then came up to the programmers afterwards, was like, the Sundance premiere was dope. I had like this fantastic time at Sundance, but like the cool thing about being at a queer organization was all of you got the jokes. Like the Sundance was a lot of people sitting there being like, oh, that was pensive and like really fulfilling. And then they went there and people were cackling and they're like, this is why I made this movie. So some of it is also just like an affirming moment for the filmmakers to really get the story being told for the audience that they actually made the film for, who will actually understand it, will feel the things they were feeling when they were in the process of making it. And I love creating that opportunity for filmmakers as well.
Yeah, I imagine the culture is very different because Sundance audience is very interesting because going to Sundance, it's mostly comprised of a lot of buyers because it's a marketplace. So it's just like these industry suits that are there, and it's a little stiff. But then I imagine these are just like cinephiles and geeks that just really love film and really appreciate film. So I guess that kind of ties into my question. Like, what is the landscape like over at Outfest? Is it a localized festival, or do you guys have different regions or different cities that the festival screens the movies at?
Like much of the world with the pandemic, we embraced the virtual nature of the world, which means we embraced a national and a global audience. So we do have our festival based in Los Angeles. And we do have that in-person footprint that still exists. There are people who travel to the festival, so it's not just people who are local to LA who go to the festival. We get visitors from Australia. We get visitors from, different parts of the country, from the Bay, from New York. But also now that we have this online presence, we do now have a global audience that's able to participate with the festival through the virtual screenings, which we are very happy about. Just because our goal inherently is how do we allow for people to see themselves on screen, queer individuals see themselves on screen, and for queer filmmakers to get their stories out there. And that's a global conversation. That is not a local one.
Oh, that's awesome. So kind of walk us through some of these screenings, because I went ahead and took some screenshots from the site. And
what can you tease?
Tell us a little bit about what some of our, folks that are streaming, what can they see if they decide they're going to, go ahead and check out this virtual festival?
Yeah, virtually. So in person, so a lot of the stuff is our in-person stuff. So we have, so that's our opening night, which is Billy Porter's world director debut. It is the world premiere of Anything's Possible, which is an absolutely wonderful story of a young trans woman who falls in love with a guy at her school and kind of just like navigates that relationship. And the really wonderful thing about the story is it's not caught up in there's a lovely bit about the story, how the film was originally on Blacklist, was one of the GLAAD Blacklist films, got picked up, and then eventually got Billy Porter attached to it. So it's also like a lovely story of like making a film and having that film really go through these processes that exist to give people opportunities. But it's also just like a lovely story of like, what is it like to be a teenager without it inherently being centered on the trauma of being queer, which often is the way in which stories are told. Our closing night film is They Slash Them. You do say the slash. Someone told me a joke. What did the non-binary ninja do to the other non-binary ninja? They slash them. It's a fun way to remember the title. But again, it takes that history of horror in which there's a kind of intense tie between queerness and horror films, often in harmful ways. And it takes that and kind of like owns it. And it's a horror film set at a conversion therapy summer camp, which sounds really intense, but it's a lot of fun. And as you can see in the photo, stars Kevin Bacon. We are doing an amazing legacy centerpiece. We're going to have Todd Haynes, we're going to have Julianne Moore, we're going to have Christine Vachon, and we're going to do a retrospective screening of Far From Heaven and have a discussion with the team of the making of that film.
That's such a great movie. I love that film.
It's so good. We're really excited to have the cast there, to have Todd there, to have Christine there, to just really like talk through that film. And then Unidentified Objects is our amazing U.S. centerpiece film, which is like trippy. It's a lot of it's a buddy alien film. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, just give me alien vibes on the cover. Yeah,
but it's so much fun. It is the directorial debut of an absolutely phenomenal director. I can't wait for him to continue to make work. So we are really excited about this, and we have so many other films. We have films that are available online as well. Mama Bears is our documentary centerpiece. We're really excited about that screening. They are actually using the screening to launch a subsegment of Mama Bears, which is an organization that has parents who are who have children who are queer. They're going to be launching a subsegment for brown and Black parents who are navigating that conversation. So we're really excited to have Mama Bears. And then our platinum centerpiece. I'm pretty sure it's HEBGB TV. But you should definitely check it out. Platinum is our kind of avant-garde filmmaking and film space. And we kind of show films that involve like the new ways of which we can engage with film, the ways you can tell story. One really cool thing about our platinum party, our alchemy party, we are going to be honoring Big Faridah. And Big Faridah will be performing. So if you're in LA, you should come through. I don't think Beyonce's coming, but but I'm very excited because I love Big Faridah. I joke that I'm going to take off the badge and not be the artistic director for that party. But because I love me some bounce. But we just have so many amazing things planned for the festival. So definitely come check them out.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing like that first time you see that character that you can identify with on television, you know, like TV, film. There's nothing like how that impacts you. I'm curious when younger filmmakers come up and you know want to join the festival or trying to figure out how to get started. Like, what would be like your first bit of it, first tip?
I mean, attend. I think one of the easiest way to work at a festival, it's how I got involved, is to volunteer. But like our tickets are not particularly pricey. I think there's also this assumption that film festivals are these spaces that are built explicitly for the elite, but they are priced around the same price of movie theaters, most of them. And the idea for film festivals is really just to get the community in to see a film. So like, if you're interested, attend an event. Like the people who run film festivals, most of them are nonprofits, so they want you there. It is not a space where they're just like, we want to be choosy about who comes. Like, we really do want to be a space in which people feel welcome to come, to speak to us, to ask us questions, attend the workshops and panels so you can learn information, use them as networking opportunities. I know networking has like this like exhausting element to it that people can be like, networking, a word that has no real meaning. But I think a lot of networking really is just showing up. So like, just show up. If you really want to be involved, just show up. A lot of the work will kind of be done around you. Someone will notice that you're kind of interested in stuff. Someone might speak to you. I got into this, business like a decade ago, and off and on did a bunch of other things, pre-law, was teaching English in South Korea, doing a lot of wild different things that are clearly not this. But the thing that I found was that I would show up and I would meet these people who just really do love film. And if you share that love, you will find that connection within the space.
Yeah, I love film festivals. They're so much fun. You get to meet so many cool people and just all the different kind of events that's tied around just watching movies and stuff like that. So I have nothing but just tons of fun and just a blast going to film festivals. What has been your favorite experience at Outfest? Is there one moment that you just sort of enjoy the most when you're working this festival?
I don't know if I have I can say a positive moment. Favorites are really hard for me. I'm a dork. So like, I really just like seeing other people succeed. So like, one of my favorite moments is like, we started a programming fellowship for Outfest Fusion, which is our QT BIPOC Film Festival, that focuses specifically on how do we create more access opportunity for our BIPOC members of the queer community, because there is that additional intersectional access gap. So we started a programming fellowship. So we had 5 amazing programming fellows who programmed the entire festival. And there was this moment where there were just members of our board, people who were there, were just so excited by like how we decided to organize the festival, and like introducing the fellows to people who just wanted to say thank you for the programs, or like introducing them to the filmmakers. I don't know, that made me happy, because it was just like this moment of like these filmmakers whose work I'm really excited to support, and these programmers who also want to support this work but are not given the opportunity to do so. Like this synergy, it was like a really lovely moment for me. So I really do enjoy these moments that Outfest allows me to participate in which I get to like facilitate the change I want to see in the world, you know?
Yeah. Where have we seen some of these films go? Have some of these films gone on to, distribute, like actually get released in theaters or go on Netflix?
Our US centerpiece last year, The Novice, was released by IFC. It also won Tribeca's Narrative Award. We've had there's like Peter von Kant will be released, which is one of the films at our festival, is going to be released by Strand Releasing. We have films that have appeared on Netflix. We have films. We are doing a premiere of Leo Baker, the story of Leo Baker, who is a skateboarder, and they are amazing. And that's a Netflix film. And then we also have A League of Their Own. We're doing an amazing free screening of the new TV show League of Their Own.
Oh, nice.
We just confirmed that Rosie O'Donnell is going to moderate the conversation.
Oh, very cool.
The vast majority of the cast is going to be there. Abby Jacobson's going to be there. So you should definitely check that out. That's a free screening. So like but then we also have like these moments of like a short film that, we have like just like lovely films from like short films that maybe will not get distribution because it's really hard for short films to get distribution, to feature films that like to A League of Their Own, which is definitely about to be released, or Anything's Possible. It's going to be on Amazon a week after the festival starts. So like we have that mix, because again, our goal, one of the good things about being in office is our goal is to show the wideness of like what's available, not just the stuff that you haven't seen, but like everything that's possible when it comes to queerness on screen, queerness behind the camera, because there is this way of pigeonholing that exists in the industry for any marginalized group, where they're like, these are the only stories that can come from this person. These are the only stories that anyone wants to see from these people. And like, we exist to like counteract that narrative. Like, that's not true. Our films that sell the most are not even those films, Audiences are craving more than just a coming of age or coming out story. They want to know what it's like to be queer and living your life. Exactly. Not coming out stories are not valuable. In the same way, you don't
just normalizing it. It's just like,
how do we tell a normal story?
People,
stories about Black trauma every 5 seconds. Like we see it on the news. So we don't need to see it in the stories that we engage with. And one of the things, especially as we deal with our current times in which we're seeing so many anti-queer laws being passed, and like laws specifically, I have allergies, I'm so sorry. Specifically like targeting youth. I think sometimes there's this knee-jerk reaction to be like, let's prove that we're human. Let's prove that we are important. But like, we're human point blank. Like this, the onus shouldn't be on us to prove our humanity. So when we curate, when we think of what it is to put at the festival, we think about what does our audience need to see, because the universe is constantly trying to unaffirm them. So how do we exist to affirm our audience, rather than how do we exist to convince someone who, to be honest, probably we will never have their opinion changed, that we are important and we should exist, because we exist no matter how they view us. So how do I affirm the community that we're actually serving?
I'm going to ask this question in honor of Karina. Karina's not here, but she always asks these great intersectional questions about queerness and disability. And it's actually Disability Pride Month. So are there any films screening at Outfest that have the intersection of disability and queerness?
Yes, actually, Unidentified Objects stars a person who has dwarfism. So like that is something that we definitely are thinking about. Like intersectional identities is something that is really important to us as an organization, because we recognize that like often the way conversations around queerness exist, they exist kind of in this vacuum that frequently centers white gay males. Like I'm not going to pretend that's not the case. So we are very intentional about making sure that we have films that move beyond that very limited scope of like who is queer.
Awesome. Cool. So one more time for our listeners, where can they check out Outfest? Where can they screen it? Both virtually, because it's a hybrid festival this year, right? Okay, both virtually and locally.
Yeah, so you can go to outfestla.org. And we have all of our films and events listed. Both our in-person stuff and our virtual stuff is all listed online. We have, of course, films. We have events. We're doing a voguing class. We're doing a class with Rashida Miller, who is one of the consultants.
A voguing class.
Yes.
That's cool.
With those big girls. She'll be doing a movement class, which is essentially the opportunity to feel comfortable within your body. We have a summit. We're doing a look at like where we are in terms of queer media. We have our trans, non-binary, and intersex summit, which will be taking place, which has a separate, a special section which looks at the ways in which reproductive justice is really important within the trans community. Of course, we designed that before we knew Roe v. Wade was going to be completely overturned. So it's particularly poignant at this particular point in time. So there's lots of different things to do, and the summit will be recorded and available online. We have lots of panels online, a panel on kink in film that's online. We have all of our short films will be available online. A good number of our feature films will be available online. So like there's so many ways to engage with the festival, both in person and virtually. Just check out our website, again, outfestla.org, which has everything listed on there.
Awesome. Does Outfest plan to expand outside of LA, or is it always going to be like an LA-based festival? Just out of curiosity.
So we have done, we partnered with like organizations like New Fest in the past, which is based in New York. And the thing is, we are part of this organization called NACFA, which is the North American Queer Film Alliance. So we have there are queer film festivals all across the country and all over the world that we have partnered with and done events with. But we have expanded. We have this online platform, which is called the Out Museum, which is our free virtual queer media museum, which has exhibits every 2 to 3 weeks. And we had our first in-person version of it in Colombia, in Bogota, at the Cinematheque de Bogota, at the Cicla de Rosa Festival. One of our guest curators is a curator there and took the thing that they curated for the museum and also presented it in the Cinematheque. So we are definitely looking at ways to expand beyond LA, beyond the United States, and how do we do kind of these pocket interactions where we partner with organizations that are doing the work there already, so that we can also help spread the mission globally.
That's cool. Yeah, because I know the recent news about South by going to Australia just happened. So I'm like, yeah, I love the idea of film festivals going to different areas of the world and different, cities and stuff. So spread the love. Absolutely love that.
And that hybrid model is dope because you can either go in person, you can still see stuff online. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Thank you for making it a hybrid festival. Yeah, because not everybody can go out to LA. I'm not in LA, so
Yeah, but also just like in terms of accessibility, just creating the opportunity for individuals who are in LA, who would like to attend the festival to be able to offer something for them to watch. I think one of the things about the pandemic that made very clear these assumptions we made about access being impossible became clearly untrue. So whatever we can do to create accessibility is something that we're really invested in as an organization.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was incredibly informative. I actually learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know that I thought I knew about Outfest. So I appreciate your insight and really all the best to you. I'm really proud of the work that you're doing. And I'm going to be following more of your work as you move along there in the ranks, and hopefully seeing you doing more. Yeah. So
this was a lot of fun. It's like I really enjoyed Black Girl Nerds was like probably at the start of my fully admitting that I actually want to be an entertainment career. And live tweeting was a lot of fun. I remember all the Scandal live tweets back in the day. Those were fun.
Oh my gosh. First started live tweeting. Yeah. Oh god.
Scandal was the one. But it's really cool to be able to be here and chat with you about Outfest. So thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah. And don't be a stranger. Definitely come back. We'd love to talk to you again. All right. Well, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Yeah, how cool. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I do too. Please, guys, check out Outfest. I'm definitely going to be checking out those films, and they look like they're awesome. And we're going to be interviewing Billy Porter for his film, and we are going to be doing interviews for the cast of A League of Their Own. So you'll be seeing some content from BGN on both of those films, which will also be featured at Outfest. So that's incredible. So you'll be getting a little bit of a highlight of those movies over at BGN. But yeah, incredible content. So
yeah, that space they've created is amazing, especially with everything going on in the world. You have to have like those avenues where you could escape a little bit and be able to, if you're angry about something, you want to release it a certain way. If you want to talk about, something going on in the community that you don't think people understand, film is always a great way. A film festival is always a great way to get your message out. So yeah, I love what they're doing out there and for Outfest. So that's cool. Yeah, you guys definitely check it out if you're in LA. But you also is hybrid, so you can go online and check out some stuff.
I think that's important because there's, not to bring a downer on this, but there's some film festivals that are like kind of forcing people to go back to the way things were.
Yeah,
and it's like,
and that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, like, come on, like, let's keep things hybrid. Like, let's give people the option of keeping this virtual. And if people do want to travel, then let them travel. So I like the fact that they're keeping it hybrid because, COVID is still out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. And then, like she mentioned about, accessibility. Like, there's people out there that, maybe even people like with disabilities that just don't have the ability to go out there and they just want to be able to, watch it from the privacy of their home. So we never thought about those things before COVID. So now that we have the technology to bring things to people's homes, let's just make that a thing. So I'm with it. I know that it's a controversial thing in the film critic world. I've had conversations with other critics about it, but I'm with the idea that we should keep the film festivals hybrid. So,
I mean, and then there's like disabilities with artists, with filmmakers, sometimes they can't travel. So having that way that you can interact with your fans, be able to put your message out there, be able to put your film out there is definitely unique. So I'm hoping more festivals in the future take some tips to keep it hybrid.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, I agree. Well, cool. So we've hit the 8:00 hour, which is perfect because that is our time. We're not going to have a show next week, and we're not going to have a show the week after that. So we're going to be off for 2 weeks. Yeah,
we got some cool content. The BGN crew is out there, so yeah, make sure you follow all the social media accounts, subscribe, so you're ready to go.
Listen to what Ryan just said, y'all. Say that again, Ryan.
You guys, listen. You guys need to go subscribe right there. You see it, right? Like I'm telling you, Comic-Con's coming up. There's some other panels coming up. Maybe I won't say it. I'm like, let you guys be surprised and make sure you subscribe and follow us on social media. Some other kind of panels that are coming up that Jamie and the
wrong graphic.
look, Jamie having fun with the graphics. Look at it. Look live. Look, she got a little comment bubble. See, this is what you guys are gonna get. She's gonna be live at different events, popping up these graphics and having fun. So follow us. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, subscribe, follow, obviously. But yeah, I mean, many of you probably already have us followed on some of our other socials. But definitely let other folks know about what we're going to be doing because yes, we will be at Comic-Con and a lot of really cool content will be coming out of the BGN socials in the next couple of weeks. And next week we're just taking a break. So we'll be back.
Yep.
We got some cool content.
We're giving you guys time to think about your comments. So make sure when we're back, you're ready to go. Like, we're giving you time. We're giving you a minute.
We should give you a sneak peek that we'll have a guest that's affiliated with the show First Kill.
Oh, mic drop.
So if you're a First Kill
that's
fan,
why you gotta subscribe. That's what I'm saying. I know you guys are fans because I've been seeing them numbers tick up on Twitter and everything. Like, I already know. So
tell your First Kill friends. I'm just saying, you might wanna tune in.
Yep.
Question, notification, get those questions ready, because we're gonna have somebody from the show on this show to talk about First Kill.
Oh yeah. That show was bomb. So if you ever check it out on Netflix, actually watch it, binge it. So you ready to go?
Yeah. I don't know why you haven't watched it already, but
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. It might be a couple of people in the back, so I was gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But I kind of feel like by now y'all have to be up on game. Like, you got to be ready for that for First Kill.
Yeah, watch First Kill, then watch our podcast where we break down First Kill.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And then tune in 2 weeks when we have a guest from First Kill.
Yep.
And your life will be set. You can die happy, and your life is fulfilled.
I love it.
Bucket list complete, and
check it out.
You can say that you've achieved life goals at that point.
Yes, definitely. I'm definitely hyped about this. Like that was the first time I've been watching the show in a minute, so I'm definitely excited.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I usually have a little time, I kind of escalate, do my little research, for you guys, but that was in a minute. That was the first time I went through the whole thing, and I was like,
That's true. I binge watched it the day that it came out. Yeah.
Right. And that's the first time I've been ready for that. Like, usually I could take a couple of episodes, come over here, do a little bit of something. Because like the Disney Plus stuff is like
dumps.
Right.
Episode dumps or those season dumps. I'm not used to that, because at least with
anything on Netflix, they read the whole thing. Yeah,
we got little episodes, so we were able to digest it. But First Kill
was just like, and go, everybody go.
Yeah.
So that's Netflix. That's how Netflix roll.
I know that's how Netflix do. So there's pros and cons to that, but
yeah. All I know is that there better be a season 2 of First Kill. Like, I can't wait to dive some more into the show because I'm ready.
Yeah. Better. Yeah. And then we'll review it. We will review that.
Oh yeah. We'll be ready.
Cool. Well, thanks guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye guys.